The next question is 18th question. Despite comprehensive policies for equity and social justice, underprivileged sections are not yet getting the full benefits of affirmative action envisaged by the Constitution Committee. See, the crux of the question is, even though we are doing so many things regarding the reduction in the underprivileged sections, but the actual thing is not going on properly. You are not able to give them proper social equity. Social justice is not being served to them. That is the crux of the question. What is the reasons for it? What can be the potential reasons for it? And what can be the comprehensive measures that have already been implemented but not reaching the people who are underprivileged? Now you can start with the introduction that affirmative action. You can start with an affirmative action. Affirmative action. The affirmative action is nothing but you are trying to give the benefits based on the historical discrimination. You are trying to give the benefits based on the historical discrimination. Historical discrimination. It can be caste. It can be religion. It can be race. It can be based on disability also. So you can start with the affirmative action, and in the next part, you can start what are the comprehensive measures that has been taken to reduce the disparities between different castes, different religions, different people existing in the society. Now, the comprehensive measures taken, the comprehensive measures taken. Like, what are the constitutional measures? What are the constitutional mandate? You know, the constitution mandates for the scheduled caste, Article 338, along with the National Council for Scheduled Caste. Then again, for STs, Article 338A, which talks about National Council for Scheduled Caste, National Commission for Scheduled Caste. Then for OBCs, we have recently Article 338B, which has formed National Commission for Backward Classes. This is the constitutional mandate through which we are trying to provide the affirmative action to these people. These commissions will give recommendations on different policies. Now, when it comes to the affirmative action, the main thing is the reservation policies. The reservations in jobs. Under Article 16, we try to provide them. Article 16, we try to provide them. Then comes the schemes which are being implemented. The schemes like the scholarship to STs and STs. Then we have Stand Up India scheme. Then we have the Ekalavya model residential schools, until which 2022, 288 schools has been established. 288 schools. Ekalavya model residential schools are exclusively for those people where tribal population is majorly present. Those sort of schemes has been brought down. And we also have the schemes for religious minorities. And we also have the schemes for Divyangs. Divyangs, we have different schemes. Then we also have schemes for transgenders. See, these are the comprehensive measures which we try to implement. But what is lacking in these comprehensive measures, which is making them to less serve the social justice or the equity? What is lacking? So why the benefits? The question, look at the question. Despite comprehensive policies, we have written about comprehensive policies for equity and social justice, but they are not getting the full benefits of affirmative action. So the reasons for not getting the full benefits What can be the reasons why they are not getting the full benefits? Because of inadequate access to education. Inadequate access to education. Now you can quote here the literacy rate of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes compared to the all India average of literacy rate. When the all India average of literacy rate is 70%, all India average of literacy is approximately 70%, the ST literacy rate is just 32%. This is what you can quote when it comes to the literacy rate. Then second, because of lack of access of education, then there is lack of awareness. Because if there is education, you can be aware of your own policies, what is the government doing for you. So here you can quote the Northeast India, where they are less aware regarding what are going on in the Northeast India. Then there is persistent discrimination, and social stigma. Persistent discrimination and social stigma is attached to many castes, many people who are staying. Then we have the economic barriers. Economic barriers. Then again, we have the dominance of affluent sections. Even in the reservation, if I am trying to provide the reservation to scheduled tribes, the affluent sections in the scheduled tribes are trying to take down the reservation. And the downtrodden sections are not getting the reservation. That's why the subcategorization of the reservation has been talked about. Then comes the policy gaps. We are not trying to implement the policies properly. We are not giving the proper implementation rules for it. For example, the transgender. Take the example of transgenders. In the transgenders, we have the Transgender Policy 2016, which tries to put down the National Transgender Council. But still now the council has not been formed. And you are not trying to give them the chance to represent their gender. Just like that, the policy implementation gaps. Then the next thing is the politicization. The caste-based reservations are being talked about when it is election time. They try to woo you with the caste-based policy that whenever I come to power, I'll try to give you the reservation. That is the politicization of it. Now, what should be done? See, what should be done? The need of the hour. What is the need of the hour? What can be done to reduce these sort of things? Now, you can go for the enhanced outreach programs. You can go for enhanced outreach programs. For example, the Jandan Aadhaar Mobile. The Jandan Aadhaar Mobile is the outreach program. Then you can go for the diversity in hiring practices. In the hiring practices, you can go for the diversity. For example, the Tata policies of affirmative action, where Tatas will go for the diversity when they try to recruit those people. That is Tata's policies. Then you can go for if there are any atrocities going on them, like scheduled caste and scheduled tribes atrocities act we already have. We need to go for fast track courts, so that the belief on the government can be improved. And what can be the conclusion you can write for this sort of questions? Even though the government is going for the different implementation goals, the affirmative action, if truly should be implemented, then there should be collaboration that should be happening between the civil society, along with the NGOs, along with the private sector. So these sort of collaborations will automatically make the affirmative policy successful. These sort of conclusions can be written for these sort of questions. I hope you have got enough points when you are trying to write these sort of questions. So this is about this question.